that the perk trees now don't gate anything. All right? They no longer gate anything. They don't gate anything anymore. So what they do is they just make you better at a thing. So it makes it worth you getting into a thing and just being better at that thing. And then what we've done is every perk tree, kind of like Diablo and WoW, you know how you always have that one interruptibility on WoW, or you have that one thing that's just common across everything that maybe has a different name? We've done that. We've taken things that we know people need and
what
want.
up, baby?
And what we've done is we've put that on every skill tree.
Yeah,
So
Chad
like, if you want help
2.5.
lock picking, right? Like that
thought
was
you
one of the
were
big
for a
things.
minute, bro.
Bulky gave this feedback. It's like, hey, people rely on this lock picking thing. People rely on the ability to busk. People rely on the ability to do this thing, right? So the things that made sense to be across the board that you shouldn't be limited by which tree you pick, we've put them on each one. So when you pick that one tree, you know, the things that matter to everyone are there. Okay.
When does meeting start?
So I think that will ease things. And obviously we'll take feedback. We're not going to make sure that we got this, you know, I'm sure there'll be things that are suggested to change on this, but we did it for a reason of everyone was everything. And eventually what we'll do with these is we'll put more role play based things in there that aren't like things that other people need or blocking people or gatekeeping them, but things that are just nice, you know, are a nice little flavor thing for the tree that you pick. And that's the goal here. We're going to be putting someone specifically on the skill trees to make sure that those have maintenance over time, because I think what happened is we made them and we forgot about them, which is not okay. What else we got? Let me go down through my list, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta close out all my shit, bro.
Card chopping is a thing. I won't get into how that's done or how that works, but I just want to say that's in. There are a number of other petty crimes that are in. There have been a number of world changes. I won't get into too deep on what those are, or you can go figure them out. Our 3D devs killed it to try and mix things up and make it a little interesting. We don't get thrown in jail on day one, but also if you get thrown in jail, enjoy the view.
Back to urban, bro.
We've done a bunch of things with different drugs. Different drugs do different things, and no more super drugs were done. That shit's over. I yelled at 𝑹𝒊𝒛𝒛. I took him to the side and I said, 𝑹𝒊𝒛𝒛, why did we go back to super drug? Why did we go back?
Wait.
After I told you no more super drug.
No, right, just put GTA,
No more super drugs. It's not happening. Everything is meant to do something different but meaningful.
It feels good to not be subbed.
That's what we're doing from now on out. That has been firmly put down, and we both agree. By the way, he knows, and he's, and we got it. So, otherwise, we've done all of these great things. We've changed a lot of things. We've implemented a lot of things. We've done the framework for utility stuff. So by the time housing comes out, there will at least be a better road to that. So civilian things have more ability to add to. We have looked at all the improvements to the business systems we talked about. Those are implemented. Those are good to go. For the most part, I think it's almost everything we've done there. We have done so many things. Like when a business opens, it has a blip. When a business, it's automatically on the phone list when you open your business. When food restaurants open, you can't just get sandwiches from the gas station. You know, we've done stuff to enable and push RP, which is huge. Next thing that we've done with guns, we are going back to our roots on that, and we are rebalancing the entirety of guns. So right now you're just going to be able to get your basic pistol stuff. That's the goal for right now, so that, you know, right now that's what you get, but there will be a full roadmap for when guns are rewarded, right? So like, instead of us saying, oh, let's just add this gun or that gun or this gun, we have a roadmap beforehand, before we go into the server, of like, this is the guns and what they should do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all added up and will be balanced. So there's no more of this constant balance of gun meta. There is a full roadmap for weapons and balance. Also, with handling, we had to look at all the handling. So good there. We're also going to be bringing on more dedicated handling developers, which I'm pretty excited about. I won't say much more there, but I think it will be cool.
Oh my God. What's up, Noodles?
On these
what's
things.
up, Mom? Dad, what's up?
We've done a lot of stuff, guys. Like I can't even get into everything.
Listen, we're gonna talk in a second. I'm just trying to let him talk.
The things that failed basically on 1.0, and we've tried to look at them, whether it's as little as trap houses and making them actually meaningful in role play, the drugs and what made us have the ability to reward better than what we did. And I mean, just in terms of like, yeah, we need low level meth, but we need high level meth. It all can't be mastering meth to the full degree out in an RV, right? So that we have the ability to reward people for role play that go in and are looking to get into the meth business. Let's give them a meth lab. Let's give someone a cocaine. Let's give someone a weed. The ability to grow weed in their house. So like those are the ways we're looking at things now.
I mean, shit, we just we haven't even talked, bro.
Perspective. And that's what we're really trying to push. Which brings me to my next point. The server is focusing towards role play. And I need to hit the standard nice and early of the things I'm not going to tolerate so that we can all be on the same page. Because I don't want us getting in and banning people and people feeling like they got blindsided.
I sound horrible, really.
I want people to have an honest chance.
Chad, do I sound bad?
To feel like, hey,
long time. What up, Papa Wood? How you been, bro?
I didn't get screwed over by the Prodigy team. So I want to be very clear on what our roleplay standard is, so everyone gets it, and our auto character standard, right? On the server. Number one, you are in character when you're on the server. You're not out of character. You're not 3/4 of the way, half character. And listen, I will even admit that I gave in at times to this stuff for a bit or whatever because people were breaking. From now on, stay in character. On the server, stay in character. This is a roleplay server. It is not your hangout. We let the standard go too deep on that. And I am enforcing the admins. I'm telling the admins to enforce this stuff heavily going into the wipe. And Zolo, I'm looking at you. All right, buddy? I'm looking at you. Ramee, looking at you. Hutch, especially. All right, buddy? Bust Insider? Okay? I'm looking at you. All right?
What?
I'm just joking. But we had a lot of gangs that were on the server that just were more out of RP than they were in RP. And obviously, we're going to have room for people to...
how you been, bro? You been good?
We're not going to just be tyrants on this, but we also want to acknowledge the fact that we had a lot of gangs that let this slip way further than what it should have been. You getting me confused with shot? Oh, you're sorry. It's because you were playing up a stone. Sorry, man. That's what it was. You were playing up a stone. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting all made. That's true. You're right. So this is the thing we really want to put our foot down on.
It's just good, bro.
Like,
I'm excited to be back,
me informing everyone that I'm not fucking around. Okay? I'm not fucking around on this. Like, deathly serious for a second here, all the jokes aside. We need to maintain a roleplay standard on the server, and all this character breaking shit on the block, like just Second Life herp derping, there is no room for that anymore. That's gotta stop. All right? Ricky Riz, the amount of times that man breaks character, metagames, also done.
What?
Ricky Riz is going to jail. The other things we really want to put down is like we want people to have a reason to shoot. The amount of PvP loops we had in the game was too much. And we will be putting our foots down on that stuff in terms of development.
What does that mean?
And in terms of server culture. If your goal is to get on and just shoot all day long without reason or like proper buildup, we are going to have a problem and you will not be playing here. And that's not being mean. It's the fact that we need to set our standard better. We were doing a good job of it before wipe, but this is a good time for us to reset and say, hey, this
that means you're
not
cooked,
okay anymore.
buddy. All right.
And don't play with me on this. I'm telling you, there is, I have had a reputation in the past of being an extreme hard ass. And what I can tell you is that is back. I'm here to be, nice to people and enable a good roleplay environment, but I'm just warning you.
Bro, how do I get called out?
Be a major hard ass.
Jess, what?
Major.
Even Jess is texting me saying
I am not playing on these things. I need to be very clear. And I want that to be explicitly clear so that people don't go in here and get the wrong idea coming into this wipe. Like, if you aren't meeting the roleplay standard, you will not be playing here.
Bro.
Next up.
What does this mean? Exactly.
In terms of the rules,
exactly?
we're going to update a number of the rules to have a rule that dictates role play over gunplay, which basically sets the standard for what we want from the server in terms of gunplay. If you're just out on the street and you're just getting bent because someone is just pressing you a little bit, right? And your immediate
Richter is the king of insidiocy.
Draw gun, shoot gun, and rage and yell. That's not acceptable on the server. That stuff is done. That shit happened a lot. Next up, we've spelled out clearly in the rules about use of emotes to hide actions that have no real roleplay benefit and are only to win. We've also clarified about money and item
I break character, chat?
Dupes that were happening a lot. People, I just don't get it. People would surprise Pikachu face after they sent $100,000 from side characters they made over and over and over again.
You're done,
and somehow there's confusion in the rules that you weren't allowed to do that, both on the allow-list server and on the public server. So we've made sure that's very clear that you can't do that shit. I don't know why we have to, but in 2025, apparently Pikachu face for common sense is just more prevalent. Next up, sending any money between items, explicitly spelled out along with the money and item duplication. I don't know why this has to be spelled out, but it does.
Bro, he's saying all this shit. I don't know what it means, bro. I don't know what it means.
Abusing respawn mechanics, right? We are now enforcing, if you are downed at a scene, you need to alert medical and not use the respawn. The respawn is for if you're glitched or if there's no medical on or there's no chance of anyone ever getting you ever. It is not meant to shirk roleplay. And for some reason, a lot of gangs have a really laissez-faire attitude towards that mechanic. And I'm sorry, but we had a lot of gangs jump on the bandwagon.
Just texted me said, I see you catching a trip to the Bahamas real quick.
EMS and doctors weren't at the hospital. So seeing you decide to jump on that and torture our EMS, you know, because you were jumping on the bandwagon of someone else's legitimate feedback, well, now I'm going to hold you to the standard, which is you better damn roleplay with medical. And that's it. Sorry, guys, but yeah, you did this to yourselves. Just being real. And before someone tries to drama monger and say this is targeted at CG, it's not. This is at all the other little gangs that jumped on and tried to copycat them and just
all Sal's fault. What did I do?
A lot of those gangs, they were doing this stuff all the time. If you want to complain about medical roleplay, you better not abuse this feature. And that is now a rule. So don't mess with me on it. Jumping over or off something that enters the following animation to escape police has been added. So that was one where actually I think I struck that one actually. Ignore what I just said on that. We reworded the vehicle death matching to be more clear so that we don't have to.
Bro, why can't I spam in here? I don't understand.
Client and Remdog, so we don't have to ban client and Remdog when Ramee tells them to VDM them. Then we put not just stream sniping, but now cloud chasing into the rules as well. Ramee, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Fine. So stream sniping or cloud chasing, we've also put cloud chasing into the rules because that was missing before. That is a big one. We also added to keep your interactions authentic and to your character in terms of like, because we had a lot of people going up and like trying to go to a streamer, whether it was me when I was streaming or Hutch or Kay or Ramee or Shotz, and just not being authentic. Like they were beelining to these people and influencing the character actions by that. So we more clearly defined that in the rules that like we don't want that shit happening. There's gonna be a higher standard on that.
Wait, damn, Rip Ricky.
Then pocket wiping, that whole name we took out of the rules because it was causing problems and confusion. This entire meeting about me. Yeah. Hey man, it's your big day starting kick. All right. I'm just trying to give you some content. No farming cops at traffic stops was added, or like loot boxing cops for no reason. That's also been added to the rules. I think that's an important RP standard that we have to make sure is clearly written. When we enable the ability for cops to be robbed from, this is the reason that whole thing existed of not being able to rob cops is just due to this point. So we've put that in the rules and we're going to ban the people who basically abuse that. We've removed ocean dumping, the word from the rules, and what we've done is we expanded to that to be more
Wait, is he saying I can't go be friends with them anymore?
We've also added now about EMS and cop baiting, because that was becoming a big problem over the last 2 months. We've also added some things about bad taste roleplay. We had a lot of people trying to pregnancy RP, and then like do COVID and cancer RP, which is like,
wait, no,
I
wait,
think a lot of those things are still stupid, you know, like to do like in terms of like reading the room. Like there is no reason on a violent RP server in GTA that you should pregnancy roleplay, because just the nature of what's happening.
He's gonna finally have to learn RP.
Uncomfortable situations that they don't want to be in. COVID and cancer RP also are like extremely problematic, because people deal with that stuff every single day, and they don't want to come in to a server and deal with people doing that. We have banned many people for this, and it's worth putting in there. Also, I made sure to put erotic roleplay is strictly forbidden. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, true, Jack, true,
Mr. K. Really sorry to Curtis. Really sorry to the toilet in K-Town. You know, especially sorry to ESBC and KTB. We know how it goes, boys. So really sorry that we're shutting that avenue of RP for all of you guys, but we kind of have to take a hard line here. Next up, conflict rules. We have put in here to more clearly define about the police and SOPs in this rule, so it's not so ambiguous. We had a lot of people trying to report the police for like breaking numbers of 5v5, which was getting a lot of confusion. Shut up, bro. Okay. We renamed a couple of rules. We added community toxicity. This one's important because we got a lot of toxicity between people over the last couple months on a couple of weird topics. So basically what we added here is that we welcome constructive criticism.
Not yet, Alex, not yet.
Know, when you cross the line of being toxic towards the community server staff, it becomes an issue, right? So we've made sure that's more clear in terms of just, if you're just being toxic for the sake of toxic and not actually being constructive, we have to deal with that, because things were getting to a level of toxicity that just weren't healthy for our community. And things have kind of developed a bit in, we didn't want to enforce that stuff too heavily before because the community was smaller, but it's grown a lot now. And a lot of these things
community meetings
problematic over the last couple months. We've added a rule also on server events. So we more clearly define what we find acceptable on server events. So in terms of like big ticket player events like concerts, mural debates, like we don't allow people no longer to intervene or interrupt these things until there's like a conclusion,
I'm gay. It's
right?
crazy.
Or it's outside of that thing. And this is something I talked to. I consulted with a lot of people who try to do like big RP things with events. So like I talked to like 𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒚 and like a number of other people have done different instances of trying to involve events, like a couple other gangs I don't want to mention, but like a lot of us, I talked to a lot of different people and just tried to leave an avenue where we could allow for this stuff to happen, but like set clear terms. And we might edit and rework this rule as time goes on to allow for bigger story events. But we've, at least for now, opened up so you can get it cleared by senior staff, right? So if people want to do a thing, right, and it has like good RP value, they can hit me up. So, and then we can figure it out or make a ticket so that we can make sure that, you know, you can do it properly, right? With help of the staff. So, and without spoiling it for other people that are at the event. So overall, those are the things I have right now in terms of the wipe. Oh, also, this is a big thing. The down system. So I want to go through how that is now and how cops are going to interact with that, because this is a big part of the wipe. In terms of when you're down now and you get back up, there's a debuff that doesn't allow you to raise a gun for a certain amount of time, kind of like res sickness and WoW. It also lowers your max health by a percentage and your stamina by a percentage. And then if you're downed again after having been picked up from the crawl state, you are down. Like you don't go back infinitely into crawl states anymore. And I think this is going to be a big thing for RP quality. And with this, cops are not allowed at all to hit anyone that's in a crawl state. And I had some cops still give me some shit on this one, and Hutch will remember my response on this one was, a criminal is a criminal and you're a cop. So if criminals can do it, and it doesn't matter if criminals can do it or not, I don't think, with the way the system's set up now. I think this will make things a lot less awkward for everyone and to a better space. Some other things you should know is we really tried to refine our business system over the last couple of days. We've been out looking for people, making sure that people were in a right position to be able to run businesses. We've also looked at trying to expand the DOJ, and we brought on a number of new people. So thanks to so many people that came forward. So we're hoping to have a better access to judges going into this wipe on a more daily basis is our goal. So hold us the task on that. And yeah, that's kind of the TLDR of everything we have. I guess we can get into questions maybe. And if other admins want to come up, I'm just going to step away while I wait for people to tag me for questions.
Grogo, that is funny though. That is funny. And K ate that up too, bro. K ate that up. I know he did. Hello? 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 Bro, Phantom, listen, I'm not always eating, okay? I'm just eating like 80% of the day. I can't always be shoving food in my mouth.
All right, sorry guys. All right, let's try and get some questions going here. Remember when I told you I wasn't getting a lot of sleep? I've also just popped a Celsius and did a workout, so like I'm running a mile a minute. Yeah, Zaitoro, come ask your question. Am I saying your name right as well? Come on up to the stage.
Yeah, you're like one of the 3 people in existence that pronounces it right. Yeah, so I was just wondering for like the buffs you said like at like strip clubs and everything. Does that include musicians like just like busking and like full? Fuck you, Ramee. What the hell?
Agreed.
All right, cool. Yep, that was it.
Well, I meant the fuck you, Ramee. To answer your question, it should. Yes, that was the spec, and it should do that. If it doesn't, please let me know.
It's tax.
Okay.
Brass tax.
Yeah, I think we'll probably put.
What I say? What I say?
Yep.
What I say, Sastro? Yo, Bryce, thank you for the 100 bits, man.
Gav, if you're around, I want to come up to the stage. I have something on the business system.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Excellent. So as far as submitting ideas to the Better Business Bureau, I think it was called, are we still doing that through City Hall, through it was like the MDT system, or is that changing at all?
Lethal _WeHole says Ricky is getting
the reality is I don't know what they landed on to finish it, to be honest with you.
What retribution can we, the people, expect for Ricky Riz wild fraud that claimed all of our net worth?
Available to come up. I'm pretty sure it has changed a little bit, and they're going to put an announcement on it. But just the idea is to, I think, to work in the council a little bit, right, Gav?
What's up?
The idea originally was to work in the council a little bit. I don't know what you guys landed on.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the best way to do that.
Jay,
what was the
how dare you? What's up, Lethal?
What's the process now for business?
Dude, the greatest rug pull. God, this is gonna be exciting though.
Right
This is
now
exciting.
we have that external, whatever you want to call it. It's a whole dashboard now. The one we're gonna eventually move into the tablet. So we're gonna push that and use that, see how it does, and then eventually get it moved into the tablet. But it's very intuitive, and it's just it's all in that one area.
Public enemy number one.
Essentially, they're just going to use the dashboard they were using on the public server. That's worked pretty well for their BBC as like a use case test.
Yeah, awesome, excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem. Keep repost your questions, guys, if I miss it, because the chat moves pretty quick. Also, I'm just buying the devs a little bit of time here while they get the server up and ready to go, just so you guys know. We'll still be within our window for launch, it looks like, that I offered. Let's see.
Bro, these guys are trolling. These guys are literally already trolling me, bro. Already trolling me.
Yes, man. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take that question because it's funny, and then I'm gonna invite Kevin this week. Come on. Yeah.
What the hell you invite me for?
Because watch what his question is.
Yeah. Can you just like make sure everybody knows to stop making yes man just kill cops and everybody every time? Like maybe make some real role play for me. I'll say yes, I promise.
Wait, what'd you say? You want us to make you kill cops?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect.
No, that's not.
All right, thanks, Ravage.
All right, that's all.
Bro,
I hate it here. Okay. Yeah, Vel, come on up. I hate it here.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering about a hunting update, if there's any plans on it.
We did a full hunting system. Yes.
Oh,
we did a full hunting system in a night. Just to be clear. Also, we have a whole new addiction system that ties into the stress system. The stress system, the stripping, entertaining, the stress, the drugs, they all link in together. So like we redid a number of systems and did a whole bunch of stuff. So
awesome. Appreciate it.
Why Smashny dotting me? We did do hunting.
I should raise my hand.
Hello.
Oh, you didn't have to invite me, but yeah, I guess the question of boosting. I mean, everyone's asking it, but yeah, boosting. Okay, when can I become a boost demon again, please?
Boosting is the next up big system we have after our next. So we have a new heist already ready.
Are they gonna ban me if I raise my hand and say something stupid? How do I raise my hand?
And then boosting is the next.
My raised hand's disabled.
We do so. I wouldn't expect it like soon, but that is like on our roadmap as
yeah,
like
in
the next
general,
up
eventually.
big criminal system.
All right, bet.
So
that was all my question.
2 months away would be boosting.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
How do I raise my hand?
I've said that before, Smashny and Miatek. I've said that before. That's not new. Okay, you can ask your question regarding regional servers, Rosalie, but I would have rathered you had the question. I can only answer so many things on those.
I had a question regarding servers. Since I'm from Korea, it's like the ping is questionable. Do you guys like plan to have more servers?
We are not against any server that is worthwhile.
5 admins
in a region that is worthwhile to do a server. To be clear, we're currently going to experiment with these, and then we're open to other opportunities.
Okay, that's all I had for questions.
Okay. Nick.
My question was just if civilian jobs will have more uses around the city that are more than just like the standard jobs that they have.
Yeah, that's one of the things I already said earlier in the presentation, was with civilian jobs having a link into utility repair.
Okay, is utility the only thing, or is like farming gonna like produce crops for more people and whatnot?
No, I mean we might do more stuff later, but there's only so much lifting we can do in 4 days, and we did a lot. We moved.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's up, rascals?
Right, so, soon we'll part the sea. So
why
just a matter of time.
Is my hand disabled?
Sure. Come ask me about cloud chasing.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, with Prodigy being a big content server and everything, I know people might be a bit afraid.
I'm gonna raise my hand and ask. I'm gonna ask everybody a simple question.
RPing with streamers, knowing that we know what everyone sounds like. We're not doing voice ID, but we know what everyone sounds like. What is sort of how would you strictly define clout chasing versus just going with a storyline that has been created?
I think if you meet someone, right, and you have no life to your character whatsoever, right, and you're doing the bare minimum role play, and then a hutch comes up to you, I'm busting cider, and all of a sudden you are doing backflips to do everything for him, right? I think at that point that is clout chasing, right? Or if you are showing up and like making character choices. Here's a great example. if you like
I gotta pee so
randomly
bad.
quit your record
Why is everyone thinking I'm a
studio,
cloud chaser,
right?
bro?
And like you've been like ingrained in a record company, have no logical and character reason, and just are like, I'm gonna go join Wu Chang, you know, with no like RP story behind it. Like that's dumb and cloud chasey. I could also point out like if you meet Curtis and you just start giving him loads of materials, you know, for meth or something with like no tangible RP benefit. I banned when Lyric came to play on the server, I banned 10 people for taking him around and just giving him everything and lore unlocking everything for him on like day one. That is cloud chasing. All of that is cloud chasing. When you hear someone's name and you go out of your way to change how you interact completely to put yourself into a situation that would make you part of their story or to give you clout, that is cloud chasing.
Okay.
And
I don't
this
do
is
anything for
something
K, chat.
everyone who's
What do I
ever
do for
streamed
K?
has dealt with.
No, I mean,
And
I'll
it
ride out with
sucks
him.
as the streamer. I just want to point that out there. Not only does this suck for the server and for other people playing on the server, it sucks the most for the streamer experiencing it. To be clear, because you ruin their experience. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just just the fear of doing an actual storyline. But I mean, as long as you're staying in character and you're doing what your character does, there's no shouldn't be any fear there. Then I guess appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. I have South ready to come up here. This should be good.
Yes. Am I hello?
Hello.
Listen, I just would like to take this time to see if anybody here wants to invest in Riskcoin moving forward. Now, I know that we may have crashed the economy, but there's still a chance, okay?
Oh, brother, you have no idea what I have done and have prepared. You have no idea.
Is that a good thing?
Hey, you said this is good actually to me when I sent you this story, and then I posted it. I only posted because you gave me affirmation. I was like, oh, this is great.
I am here to sell Riskcoin.
This is great. But the thing I told Gab before I sent it to you, I was like, how much you want to bet there's too much text here and South doesn't actually read this entire thing I sent him and just says it's good. And we said, we all took bets and we said, the chances are pretty good.
Okay, there's a 99% chance he read the word Riskcoin and nothing else.
Okay, hold on. Do you want me to be 100% honest? Do you want me to be honest here?
Yeah.
I read 2.5 pages, but that's only because I got cued into a game of Marvel Rivals. You know what I mean? And then, I just.
You're gonna make me rage. I have to move you to audience.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. For the record, I got trolled into queuing Rivals with him, and he had his mod boost him to gold 3 and to level 10.
It was not like that,
and I didn't know
bro.
this before I went into the game, and I was just waking up after having grind out like dev sessions. I was gonna like play an hour of Rivals just to like wake myself up, and I get pulled into ranked with South and just get dumpstered for like 2 or 3 games as he gets pocket healed by 2 people I found out who were his mods. And then I think Nikki's was in the chat, and like you can just tell when I woke up, and I was just there, and I was like, I've had enough of this, and like I dropped like 50 bombs for like 2 straight games.
All right, hold on.
Done. I regained my elo and got the hell out.
He's blasting in front of the whole city.
Okay, 13. It was pure torture.
Whoa! I was mid-work. I wasn't ready for this. I think we can all agree inevitably early on, usually during wipes, there's a lot of robbing sprees that typically happen. So I just want to see
no way, Alex, are you here?
Sprees, given you don't want people to also go on shooting sprees early on.
No way, just call me out for the whole city.
Yes. So very good point, actually. And something I probably should have touched on more. I thought that was implied in the
What's up, Devilish Prime?
Gunplay rule that we're implementing. That is really important. Like, we can't have just people going around chain robbing people at the beginning of the wipe. Like,
you're so dumb.
If that is what your option is for day 1 or even the first week of the wipe, that is problematic. Don't do that. Like, that's going to really hurt. Like, let RP happen. Do natural role.
Mom, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Over and over again. I'm not going to tolerate that.
I don't know, Joey.
So,
Joey, I don't know, bro.
Set that expectation. Like, chain robbing people at the beginning of a wipe is not good. It's not good role play. A weekend at like things that get established, when you notice certain places are popping off that are good opportunities for your gang to start to hold down. Absolutely. Okay.
Cool.
We're here to make role play. That's the goal. All right. Thanks for the question, 13.
Yep. Thanks.
Bye.
Bro, I'm about to queue into a game of Rivals chat. This is ridiculous, bro.
So
ridiculous.
I have 2 questions. one, how quickly can us musicians get our music back on the app? Do we have to wait to get rehired to the label? And then also, when can we get more DJ and electronic busking spots and mechanics?
Boosted, Java, not boosted.
So
Mr.
we will.
Boosted?
I mean,
No.
we're always. It's only a second for us to change these.
Actually,
things,
they changed
like
the title.
busking
That's
spots.
crazy.
You guys just have to let us know what you want, right? And you
Crazy.
give that to us in feedback. Like Kylan looks at that stuff all the time. Kylan's kind of my music guy, right? Like I use Kylan to do like a lot of the music changes because he also does that stuff. So like,
Ashton,
and then
what do you
I
mean
am in it
chat,
too, so
what do you
like,
mean
me and
boosted though?
him
Did
kinda
I
have an
boost?
idea of like what people want, right? So we kind of work on that shit
Okay, I got
together.
it by myself.
That
Ashton,
stuff
thank you
usually
though.
very
I got
quick,
it back
'cause me
myself
and him,
though.
like,
You know what I
do
mean?
that stuff, you know, so like it's
yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, Jack,
So
we got a tall order off the
give us
rip, bro.
feedback.
We
As
got
for
a
your
tall
music
order
on
off
the
the rip,
app,
man.
I
I will pocket
think
heal you. Will you, junkie?
There is music on the app. Oh, by the way, you want to hear something exciting, Glitch?
Pot now.
Sure, go ahead.
All your music's on the car radio.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yep, it's all on the car radio now. You can listen to the music, all the stuff on the music app on the car radio.
Okay.
Fire.
So do we have to get rehired to a label to go back to being able to post stuff, or?
Dude,
Ravage
was like, bro, it was so funny. Hold on, I gotta pee.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we found some backup of the music, so we were able to get some of it, or a lot of it, on. But I could be wrong. I don't want to make promises. At some point, we might be able. If we haven't, at some point, we will be able to. On the dev server, at the very least, I was driving around and there was music from the music app that was playing. So
okay, all right,
on my radio.
All right, appreciate it.
I had to listen to Baby Handwave for 2 songs in a row, which was rough. Just kidding.
You didn't have to call me out like that. All right, see ya.
Yeah. I'm just buying some time for the devs here, guys. After you left, I played quick play with Ricky, and he was playing Black Panther. It was horrible. Never again. I think he's getting better, a little better, I think, when I was watching him. We have voicemails, I think. They'll either be in now or in a couple days. I don't know if we got to test them. I know you will finish them.
Who? Who sounds like a muscle man?
Let's see.
What's up, Big Boss Evans?
I don't know what this people. I mean, you can ask the question. I don't know the context of the question though, based on me reading it. So, or at least I didn't know this thing was a problem.
Wait, I got dragged again?
Okay.
What happened?
Is he coming up? No.
What up, Bunk? I know you mentioned a lot about paid prio. Is there any status on that when it comes to this wipe?
In terms of paid prio, I think the goal is that we
is Prodigy live
operate
chat
enough
or
monetization channels outside the main server where we don't have to rely on it for the server. That is the goal I will give you on that. When or how that happens is going to depend really on that, because we need to be able to pay our amazing developers and to keep making good content. So that is the trade-off and the reality of the world, honestly.
No worries. Yeah, I just know you mentioned it, so I just wanted to ask. I appreciate you touching on it, though. That is all.
All right, they're buying time for the dev team. Should we play a game of Marvel Rivals? Where's Alex and Volts?
All right. Next up. South has a question. You know what? Let's just take him up here for the hell of it.
I don't have
We're
a question.
Trying to burn a little bit of time together.
I don't have a question. Do I have a question?
Okay, nothing from South. He doesn't know how to use the invite system. I'm gonna invite Lulu.
Wait, what the fuck?
Hi, so I have a question. We have a lot of clothing, and a lot of people are asking about clothes. Is there going to be any updates to maybe more everyday clothes that are less revealing?
Yes, we were just going through suggestions from the clothing thread though. So if you have suggestions, put them there. We literally are designing from that thread. Just to be really clear.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I really want to get a custom PED.
Let's do Luther. And devs, let me know how close we are as well. I don't want to keep questions if we're ready for getting towards launch.
Greetings and salutations. No, I don't sound like Luther normally. I'm semi-normal. I'll take that back. I was just wanted to talk about. Really? Thank you. Shut up, bro. I just was. I feel like as the owner of the server, it's better for you to say something like every group feeling like they need to be a gang, rather than like I just put a couple examples like book clubs, poetry groups, AA meetings, therapy, anything other than a gang is also cool, you know? Something like that is like a good thought process to have going into a wipe. That was just my opinion. Yeah.
So a lot of the things we're doing in general, from like civilian changes to gang changes, are meant to like make a loop. Like that is the whole ethos of what we're trying to do now.
Well, how is it up there in Florida?
Make civilians and criminals have to interact, right? So to do things, basically, like you want that relationship to happen, or at least civilians to have something that makes them valuable to criminals, and gangs just don't source it internally, right? That is the goal of some big thing that we have. We also are good with enabling people who want to do like interesting role play that isn't gang stuff.
What I say, Jess?
So that's kind
But
of.
Jess, how are you hearing the meeting?
To be honest,
how are you hearing the meeting if you weren't even in
the
the stream?
opportunity is there, we'll try to enable it.
I don't have any snacks
like
in me, chat. I have no chips, no nothing near me. I have nothing near me.
A lot of lift.
I feel like naked right now.
Okay, let me see what else we have. Wait, do you know where we're at with dev stuff? Like how far off we are now?
Yeah, I'll get an update. You're back.
Yeah, just DM me and I can have a look. Athena, please come talk.
My mic works this time. So I have a question when it comes to the stress system. I was wondering if there's a way we could implement having pets in the city, like any kind of animal, like a cat, a dog, and an exotic animal like a red panda or something like that. So like when we're selling drugs, we could have the animal like stand next to us sitting.
No,
and from there we'd be able to like
Just
reduce our
solve for
stress
me.
or something like
Oh,
that.
you
I
are,
thought it would
Jess?
be like a cool idea to implement.
This is just we're gonna have different aspects that we'll build in for stress reduction as time goes over, and our idea is to like plug that into civs. But like as for like particular systems, I'm not gonna comment on what we're gonna implement or not to
Jesse
reduce
is
stress.
Ricky. He is a
What
dog.
I can tell
Okay,
you is
what
that
the
we
fuck, Tony?
have plans to introduce civilian items, mechanics to reduce stress, because stress is going to be a more
Ricky, best pet in the
interesting
city
system now than it was.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Rami has a question. Come.
How you doing today, sir? How's everybody doing today? Number one, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a pet store shit in like one of the other servers me and Kevin were playing on. They have like a whole pet store. You can go in and buy pets and shit. It was actually pretty cool. Secondly, fuck Hutch. Thirdly, could we add a prison break mechanic, possibly, or you know, maybe down the line, or you know, maybe not immediately because nobody's gonna have money or guns or shit. But you know,
no, I'm sick of you guys prison breaking.
All right,
I'm sick
have a
of
good day, sir.
I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I've had enough of this. No, I mean we'll look at different things we can do or give to people based on like different options. Maybe we can make it like a heavy investment to like prison break someone, because like we made a system for it. It was just, you know, when we tried to go through it, some things.
No, I'm not going to jail.
So,
Not going to jail
it does
today.
exist. Oh, he left. He just left it. He just beat out. I mean, Kai, you can come ask your question on gang clothing. That's fine.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I think a lot of us don't actually know the final verdict of the gang clothing, and whether we're allowed to use it instantly or whether it's like 2 weeks in, like what we're meant to do specifically to be able to earn the rights to use it.
So in terms of the gang clothing,
out, bro. I had no idea
my
what you just
plan
said.
at the moment is to disable for the first 5 or 6 days, right? And then we will implement an ability for you guys to be able to, who are actively playing on the server, to get your clothes enabled back again. The idea is that,
wait, what?
number one, we need to clean what we have there in gang clothing up, right? That's the first big thing we have to do. There's just a bunch of stuff there. Gangs who aren't playing in here, people are just taking their clothes and using it. And it's just, you know, at this point, it's just taking other people's creative product.
No, it didn't. I read the whole thing.
Number two, I want to make it develop a system that basically gives gangs the ability to get their clothing or pieces of their clothing while it remains locked, so that you have an ability to like get your gang clothing and making meaningful. So when you give someone a flag or you give someone a shirt, it means something. So when you lose your shirt or flag or something like that, like
what's
there
up,
can be punishment for it. Like
my man, bro. How you been? You been good?
That's number two. And then number three, I'm just sick of like the way some of these things look. Like the gang bulletproof vests look fucking horrible. I'm not even going to promise that those are coming back. Like, I'm going to be real. They make people take things that are just options that are meant to be like cool for flavor, and they just basically beat a dead horse, for lack of a better word, with it, and they ruin it. And that's what happened with those vests. Like, and vests and goggles and stuff, people just don't know limitations, and all they know is, is how to basically copy something. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's where we
everything
jumped
from me.
into a problem.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're getting closer to launch, by the way, guys. I have about 15 more minutes to here, and then we're gonna be able to potentially launch the server. So, not sure, Leo. That's a good question.
Hi, guys. Yes, I would like to ask, is there any word on more so non-white black hairstyles for non-white characters? Because I know y'all said a long time ago it's hard to code that or make that in like GTA terms because of like all the polycules or whatever. But I would like to have more than like 2 braided hairstyles, please.
Yeah, we tried to add a lot more. We had a bunch of packs that we did to, like, honestly, that was a big focus for us, just to try to get some of that for 2.0 launch. We could get back to that. My God, peoples, you are like 10 years late. But the reality is that it's hard to find good hair. To make hair is time consuming, and to find hair that isn't like ported from The Sims is the other challenge in the scene. Like, there is not a lot of good options. And then to find people to make hair, it is extremely time consuming. So we're working on it. It's the best thing I can tell you. It's just tough to find things that meet the development standard that we need on the server with the size. So
look at this little charcuterie board.
Thank you. And also bring up Nyasu. They've been having the questions for like 2 hours. Bye-bye.
I didn't see Nyasu ask one question. There, now I've seen one.
Bro. What?
First off, can we disable boosting? Don't add it to the server. Fuck all these people that are asking for it. Fuck Mateo. Don't add boosting.
He's losing weight.
And what's going on with the clothes? What's going on with the clothes?
He's losing weight.
What do you mean what's going on with the clothes? We had 4 days and we just released a clothing update.
It's time for more. It's time for
moving Nyasu to the audience. All right, people, what's your question?
Look at him.
All right, my question is, I'm not sure whether it's a in-game mechanic or not, as far as like cops sitting on certain heists. Could we do away with that? Could it pretty much defeats the purpose of a heist if not able to get the rewards of the heist?
I mean, cops shouldn't be metagaming.
Well, I mean, like staking out certain known areas where a heist will happen.
Cops shouldn't be metagaming.
Yeah.
That's my answer to you. That's not going to change. Cops should not be metagaming. What you're describing is cops learning a meta system from the game and just reacting to that over and over again, which I've set a clear standard for the cops to not do that, period. If people do that.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you.
You guys don't like cats? Dude, Ashton, what is wrong with people, bro? Why do people like cats? It's literally the best animal, chat, that you could have, period. Yes.
I'm just gonna address this metal detecting thing that keeps it. No, Steve, I'm not bringing on this stage because you're a certified yapper. Number one, we've learned that. But listen, that is not a high priority for me. I'm going to be real. That's pretty low priority.
Back again.
Listen, if it gets put on a list, it gets put on a list, but that is not a high priority. Metal detecting isn't done enough to put like a bunch of development work into right now. But we are better off developing new civilian systems rather than doing stuff that is going to be take more of our UI team's time.
Lex, thank you for the prime sub. Let's go. Thank you, Lex. Welcome back. It's only been 5 months. Where are you? I love cats, bro.
Let me see any other good questions here. I mean, I'll answer this flip.
Hey, so I noticed you mentioned that you guys planned a weapon roadmap. Now, previously in 2.0, when you guys started releasing more weapons, I noticed that you guys started giving those weapons to one group, and one group was responsible for with their RP. I was wondering if that's how you guys are planning to proceed in the future, because I feel like it was very fun. The gang would be funneled with this income, and there's no balance for those other groups to have that special, type of thing that they can provide for the city.
Yeah, dude, I get where you're coming from, but think about it this way. The economy ballooned, right? Due to people complaining about payouts. And then everyone quickly realized that then the payouts were too much instead of trusting us, the developers, who balanced the economy to begin with. This time, I've set a clear standard to everyone that we are going to make sure that the economy stays balanced. We are not ballooning shit. The payouts are the payouts. If we have to do anything, we're going to bring down the price of things. We're not going to inflate our economy. That's not happening this time. Period. Like, that's something a thing that I've set that standard with everyone. The thing that has to come down is not the payouts, or go up is not the payouts. The price of things will go down. That is the adjustment that we will make. That's it. Because it gets impossible when things inflate to such a level. And people need to start to realize that just because you feel a certain way about how much you're getting paid does not mean that you are correct in terms of payouts. Like, it's people need to trust that we have thousands upon thousands of logs, right? That we have graphs and statistics that show us like what the health of the overall economy is, and we have to look at that. So that's my message to the entire server is like, we need more grace there and more trust, because you didn't trust us, and this is what's happened. So just being clear and honest and direct. Does that help answer your question? There needs to be more money since, but
that's fair
also,
enough.
people just, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm not getting paid enough. I'm not getting paid enough. And
Remember, wait, Bryce, is it really?
The fact that someone had 40 cars or 50 cars, you were getting
Is it really, Bryce? Average SSK POV.
Getting paid more than enough. Okay. How much time do I got, Blake? I'm looking for good questions, but they're getting rarer.
Yeah, let me go check. We should be getting close here.
Okay. On the vest,
I gotta have Lexus said it's been a long 5 months.
Weird comment. Anyone who has had a ticket with vests that I've seen, I've refunded them if they've bought them recently, just to be clear. So that's bad faith argument, whoever put that there. And if you recently bought a vest, like in the last month, like, just open a ticket, and like, we're not tyrants here. Like, we'll refund you for the vest. We're not, if we decide to remove something, of course we'll.
Come on, Wicked. Damn. Sep, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I don't know, Sep, I don't know how we're gonna navigate this just yet, bro.
I have a question. Sure, April, come up. That's a valid question.
Look at Dean Erping in here, bro. Dean is such a shameless Erper, Sep.
Hi. So my question for anyone who didn't see it is, what's the time jump for the server as a whole, as since the economy crashing and then recovery would take some time. What is the time jump from the end of 2.0 to 2.5?
I would say about a month. I'll make a post to clarify this a little bit because I want to put a truncated set of like information on the wipe. I wrote one last night and then ChatGPT'd it after because I was tired as hell, but I kind of just want to rewrite the whole thing and maybe read what ChatGPT Frankensteined after it took all of my stuff without putting that out there. So like, just give me a little bit and I'll put all that in a.
Great, thanks. Thanks for all the work you guys put in this weekend.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay. I still have to take a couple more questions. We're just final checking things and then we'll launch. Also on RP prio, something I want to point out is that we're going to be very aggressive on awarding RP prio this wipe. Just because we saw the problematic nature of what happens when we're not actively doing that like daily. And that's what we will be doing. We will be doing that daily. Like in trying to get people RP.
Can we RDM Ricky?
Instead of the way it was going last wipe. That's a really big part of what we want to do this time. Will there be a system implemented for civilian? I mean, there's not enough to go around for real estate, to be honest. Like, there's only so many houses on the map. There's only so many people
was
that
lit, right?
Right. So, with the way it's
Risco was
working,
so
it's
lit.
the secondhand real estate market that really needs to pop, and that never did. But you consider no, we're not changing XP caps on the. At most, we might boost them temporarily for like a weekend or something. These are all grinder questions, guys. Come on. Can we get like actual RP questions? Can we talk about like how excited people are for the wipe? Ask about like RP features we're going to be putting in. Like, if you're not getting it, like I'm moving away from the grinder mentality. Like, so the questions you're asking aren't good questions. To be honest, you're looking at things the wrong way. Like seriously. I think I've been very clear about like what the direction is from here on out. While we do have some mechanics that implement a grind, like the goal is to reward role players. So if your idea is like, well, I want to remove the XP cap so that I can maximize my output on skill tree gathering so that I can prestige and get to that's not where we're at anymore. Okay, I want to be really clear. Like if you haven't got the memo, I'm off this kick. We're on a roleplay kick. Okay. Let's see. You have a question? Okay. Let me invite you.
I don't know, Loco.
No
one's got
I just have a
leverage anymore,
question
J-Rock.
since
No
hunting
one.
has been added. I think it brings a lot
True,
of good
I didn't even think about that, actually, J-Rock.
potential RP for not only civs but PD. I was just wondering on what your opinion is on potentially bringing park rangers into the server eventually. Not obviously straight away, but eventually.
Yeah, eventually, but there needs to be a strong stakeholder to actually drive it and drive roleplay within it instead of just someone saying, I want to do park rangers.
No, of course.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Curious on your opinion.
Yeah, that's just the problem we usually have is someone's like, I want to do park rangers, and all it turns into is an SBS department, and we don't need that.
No, I'd like it to be like a proper like role play department where they actually take like the park ranger duties like to the fullest extent. I appreciate you let me ask my question.
No problem. The minute someone comes with a plan and actually puts the work, like hard work into the role play of doing it, like I will have no problem enabling something like that.
Amazing. Thank you.
No problem. I just want to be really clear. What I mean by putting the role play into it isn't just coming and saying, I want to open the park rangers. It's about showing up, doing role play around the place to show that you care and give a shit. Like doing environmental stuff up there, doing, things about protecting the environment, going through the role play steps to actually make something happen. Just showing up and saying, I want to do something isn't doing role play.
I didn't do that, bro.
Trying to will something into reality instead of like going through RP steps of like showing that you want a thing, that you want to do the role play around the thing. Like that's
no, there's no Goku. There's no plan for Dion and I.
That's a good question, Frank. Let's have that.
Poor Dina, man. I knew you were gonna get that. That's why I said it. I knew you were gonna get it.
Oh,
Little inside joke.
Ask your question.
What's up, baby? So basically, are you going to be delegating any power over the economy to NRP city councils and mayors?
No.
Wait, Loco, I don't know if I know what that
Not
means.
even a little tiny bit of it.
Yeah, usually you come back a little leveled
We just
up,
went
you know
through
what I mean?
an economic disaster. If anything, fiscal responsibility of the government was
Oh,
the
give
issue.
it back to the people,
role
away
play,
from the capitalist scumbag. Give it back
well,
to the
sounds
people.
like that's a great RP avenue, Doug. I can't
Well,
wait
I'll
to see
go
it played out.
rioting,
in,
man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it played out in character.
Hey,
And
just
then
when
maybe
I'm
we'll do
burning
something
down
to
the
enable it.
city and you're launching 3.0 because it's burning before my hand, then it's going to
Okay.
be your fault for not giving power to the
Let's
people,
see it,
man.
Douglas. Let's see it, Douglas. Let's see the
I'm
role play.
threatening
Come
you
on,
now,
let's see
man.
it.
I'm threatening
Let's
you now.
go.
You ain't got this,
brother.
man.
I hope to see an insurrection in week 2. All right.
I don't want you fucking foreign powers influencing my economy.
Why the
We need the people called, but people
Douglas, why the
fucking-
fuck are you up here
people
talking to
doing
me
it.
about it? Go out and role play it.
Because
Get
I
to it.
am the character, motherfucker. I'm going through the metaverse. I'm not a self-insert. I'm an RP insert.
Get out of here, Frank.
Well, all right. With a lot of the new locations and activities that you're implementing lately, we've had a lot of people kind of wanting to get away from the city and get up north. But a lot of what I've seen is that we don't really have a lot of patrols that tend to stay up north. And we don't have a lot of police activity that kind of stays there. They tend to migrate there temporarily and then come back down. Is there going to be a push, especially with the larger police force and all the new training that you've been putting forth, to kind of push people to stay up north as we start seeing more people migrate there due to the new locations?
I think you have brought up a great point, and I think
guy's loud as fuck.
BCSO or the sheriff's office will
Why is everybody here so
likely, from an
loud?
RP standpoint, be needed after Douglas fields his insurrection in Sandy in 2 weeks. So when that happens and there's
Alright.
sufficient RP and someone steps up and wants to do that role play, we will reward it. And that's the point that I want to make to everyone, is that I want to see people put tangible, real effort into actually role playing stuff out, and like not just coming and showing up saying, I want to do the thing. I want you to do the work in character. I want you to build the systems in character. I want you to go through and RP that shit out like you want it. That's what I want. And that doesn't mean just coming up to the commissioner and asking every day. That means going out and doing stuff that actually influences your want to do it. That's my point.
All right, I'm excited.
Oh my goodness.
I think a lot of these I've asked. How close are we, Bite?
And by like should be like 2-3 minutes.
Nash, I want a business. I have a feeling the first like
So let me go
hour
through,
is gonna be rough.
seeing we're about 2 to 3 minutes away. Let me go through what the wipe lore is so that everyone understands it in the most succinct way possible. Basically, what happened is RizCoin was founded. RizCoin was pitched to the Governor Elizabeth Mills, to prop up the economy as a new currency, and the government of San Andreas invested heavily into this.
Yes.
The RizCoin was rug pulled
W.
by investors, and it tanked the San Andreas economy. And during this rug pull, the BBMC declared that they were going to try to stop the damage by blowing up the data centers that were holding the crypto of the government to enforce the stop. So what they did is they blew up the data center, not realizing that it's hooked into
Basically
all
the
sorts of
Hawk
things that
coin.
the government controlled, like government records, law enforcement data, and financial systems. And yes, BBMC, I'm talking about the Bondi boys. Next up, then the governor steps down because of fraud allegations and a bunch of other things. Steve Reeker with Reeker Investments, he has pulled all of the investments, calling the state basically unfixable. Hey, it's not possible to invest here. It's completely unstable. Things have gone crazy. When he comes and pulls out, a new company called Vice Industries has come over and bought everything out from under the city at a very low price. And nobody really knows anything about Vice Industries right now or what it's all about. Then next up, as a result of this, a lot of Sandy and Polito
I love
residents,
Prodigy,
they
man.
felt,
Everyone involved.
distanced and dejected and not heard by the government due to all the turmoil and a recent council election where they've had to focus on trying to rebuild and fix the economy. What we come back in now, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that there is a renewed hope in San Andreas, that not all is lost, and that we're at the point where everyone is in the mindset of they want to rebuild and businesses are reopening and leaders are stepping up, right? This is where we are, that we're at a crossroads to build this community as the economy starts to rebound. And the question that I have to the player base and all the characters is, do we fall into the chaos or do we rise again to rebuild our economy? And while sentiments of like separatist notions and dejection with the government exist in the North, they shouldn't be the dominant thing. A lot of this stuff is now subsided while these whispers are still there, you know, of frustration as we rebuild the economy. That is where the wipe is. There's a full article we released that you can read if you want more details than that, but that is the TLDR. Do you have news for me, Bite?
Stand by.
Okay, looks like we're close to a wipe. So Ricky Riz somehow, listen, it's up to you to figure out how this lore impacts you or if you want it to impact you at all. Give people some grace though if they don't want to remember certain conflicts and stuff like that. A farmer's market is spec'd for development.
Farmer's market be lit. I can't lie. God damn it, Harl. I am B-King. I
Is the
am.
corporation going to be involved in the RP wipe or is it just for lore? I don't know, Emma. I don't know. I don't know, Dip. Are we going to see cool things happening between VBMC and the government?
Bro, okay. Hold on.
Wait, does this mean people can kill me for free from South? No, this does not mean they can kill you for free. What I would tell people
okay,
is to
good.
give Ricky Riz a little grace, because I think anyone who knew Ricky Riz would not believe that he'd be able to convince anyone to invest in anything. So also consider that while you might believe Ricky did a thing, you might also in the same breath believe it's completely not possible just based on the conversations you've had with Ricky that he'd convince anyone to invest in anything. So
okay, hold on, Ravage.
Anyway, guys, we look like we're close to being able to launch the server. So I'm going to end the community meeting now and let people prepare to queue up. Is that good, Bite? Can I tell them to queue up?
Yeah.
And wait? Yeah, so queue up, wait, get your place, and then we'll go from there. You don't need to listen to me yapping all the time. So Nick Crovey, while I personally believe and would like to see a wipe every 5 months or 4 months or 6 months just to do things seasonally, right? Like that's my personal
How much
belief.
Riz?
I don't think that's the belief. That
So much Riz, it will crash the economy.
So I
oh my god, that is so good. Riz coin.
See benefit there, but most GTA role players don't see that, right? So I don't think that will happen ever. Oh, gang wipe. We'll do a gang app wipe pretty like every couple months. That is the plan usually with gang apps.
Oh, that is so fucking funny.
That's where we're at. That's all I got.
Toto train. I didn't do nothing, bro.
So unfortunate
honestly,
situation,
chat,
but we're gonna make some
I love it
sick
here,
role
man.
play from
I
this,
love it
and
here.
I think
I
this
love
is
it
a really
here.
good thing for us, guys. So I'm out.
I
I'll
love-
see you in the server.
All right, let's go. W Ravage.
Can I perma all your characters? Sure, Niasu. I can do that.
I love this city, man. It is just so they're so good to me. You know, they really, really are. Chad, they're good to a lot of us. You know what I mean? They're good to a lot of us. I mean,